Hi everyone, welcome to Everything Data Analytics, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to create this weather forecast in Power BI. So if this is your first time in this channel, kindly click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel, and also click the notification button to receive updates on all the tutorials that I share every week. So if you have ever wanted to visualize weather data in an interactive way or a clean way or dynamic way, this video tutorial is for you. So let's talk about the overview of the data or of the dashboard. So this dashboard or give us the weather update for each city. So comparison of the weather update for each city that we have here. We have over 6 cities here. So we can ask from this dashboard, we can get the weather update from or for each of these cities. So I use August data for July data for this. And if you check each of these city now, if I click on each of these city, you can see that it's interacting with each of the city. You can see that you can see different weather updates for that. So that's just a summary. So we have the daily forecast here where we have different or the temperature for each day, and also we have the weather table. That's the detailed forecast table, which we have the weather condition for each day, the maximum and minimum temperature. We have the weather matrix. These are the key weather matrix: the humidity, pressure, wind speed, and UV index. And then we have the daily precipitation. That's the chance of rain for each day, the possibilities of rain for each day. So these are the things, these are the summary of this is the summary of this weather forecast. And this weather forecast will help you to see the weather update for each of these cities. If you click on any of the city, you will see that is giving us is actually interacting with everything in the chart. So now the data set, I use a sample data weather data set, and you can check the video description if you want to follow up with this data. With this dashboard or video tutorial, you can download the data set from the link in the video description, using the link in the video description, or you can get a free weather data from Open Weather. So this is the weather or the data set that I use for this particular dashboard. You can see that it contains everything that we need here. So also the background dashboard, I designed it in PowerPoint, so it's also in the video description. You can also download it there. So if you want me to do a video tutorial on the or dashboard background, you can put it in the comment section for me. So now we are going to be creating a new the Power BI blank reports page, so that we can start our dashboard. You can start or importing our data into the dashboard, then start doing the necessary things. So in this dashboard, you learn different how to create different measure. In fact, when I was doing it, I learned different things. So it's very interesting for me because I learned the different way of creating that, which also improve my skill as a data analyst. So in this dashboard, you will learn different things. You will learn how to create different method here. So now let's import our data into Power BI. So now I'm going to import my data, importing my data into Power BI. Still working on that. So I think the data is CSV file. So I'm just going to click on all file here. There. Import that. So now this is connecting. So we are going to check. I don't see there is anything to be or to clean in my data. I'm just going to load it directly into the report page. I don't need to transform. I'm not transforming anything. So I'm loading it directly into the report page. Then we start creating our DAX. That's the next thing. So Don't worry about your DAX if you think that you will have issue with it. So I've already put it in a Word document, and it's also inside the data, the video description for your download. You can download the DAX mail that we use in this particular tutorial. So you just follow up and you can download it. So you don't have to worry too much about that. So you can just download and do your copy and paste, then you learn about it while doing it. So I've put it in a Word form or Word document that you can use to do that. So now our weather data is here. So now the first thing, I want to rename this weather data. I want to rename it. So I'm going to rename it as weather, just weather. I'm going to put it that way. So now let me bring this down. So now the next thing that we're going to do now is to start creating our data. And as usual, you all know that if I'm creating my data, I like to put all my data in a particular place, a table where I can easily get them. So now the first data I'm going to be doing that, going to creating a table for my data to put them. So I'm just going to write all data. So I'm going to load it. So now go to load that. So now, so the first DAX that I'm going to create, that will be creating, is the first DAX is the 7-day forecast table. So I'm going to be creating a table, a new table entirely. So this will help us to forecast for the next 7 days. So we are going to be using that to create a table. So I'm going to my mail. So I don't need to, for this video to be fast. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to copy this. I'm copying this, then go back to my Power BI. Then I'm going to be going to my table view. That's, you can call it data view. Then click on new table here. Click on new table. Then I will just paste this. So this particular data, this particular DAX is going to help us to generate data for the next 7 days. That's the 7-day forecast for each of these city. You can see we are calling, you can see that we are using it for each of the city, the maximum temperature, humidity, wind speed, and the weather condition. So now we're including the dates. So now I'm going to be clicking that. So we have our data, we have our 7-day forecast table here. You can see it. You can see that we have our 7-day forecast table already here. So now the next thing, I'm going to be creating relationship between these 7 days forecast here. I'm going to be creating relationship between them. So let me bring this there. So now creating a relationship between these 7-day forecast using the dates. Let's use the dates for that. So now this is it. Okay, so I'm going to be using one-to-many. Okay, let's see, why is it telling us this? Okay, one-to-many. Okay, so let's save it. So it's just telling us the, so now we have a relationship. So now this our relationship. I think it's time to, so we say this relation has cardinality many to many. This should be only used if it is expected that neither column data and data contain unique value, and that's significant. Okay, so let me check my data here and see what I use. The same thing. So okay, so we use city. Did we use city here? Okay, let's go back and use city. Okay, so let me delete this. Okay, let me delete this table. Mm. So I'm going to be deleting this. Yes. So I use city. Okay. It's still saying the same thing. So let's just save it that way. So I understand what's sensible. Let's leave it that way. So now let's continue with our. It won't have any effect in our report. So now that's so the next what's it called? The next mayor that I'm going to be creating is I want to create chance of rain for each city and for that that's for daily chance of rain for daily. That's the daily possibility of rain. So now that's the first mayor that I'm going to be creating. So I'm going to be creating it. That's as a new column in our weather table. That's what we are going to be doing. So now I'll create go to my weather table, then create new column. So now we are using our weather table, not forecast. This is our weather table here, our original data to create. You are going to be using that to create new column, which is chance of rain column, possibility of rain column in the weather table. So I'm going to be clicking that new column. So now insert this. Okay, so I think that's done. So we have that here. Did it create? Let me check. Okay, let's check. Let's go back to our. Okay, so I will just click check. So we have chance of rain. Then I'm going to change it to percentage. Change this to percentage. Then think let's just leave it this way. Zero significant figure. That's zero decimal place. Sorry. So now the next one that I'm going to be creating is this sunrise and sunset. So I want to have another which will give us the symbol. It will give us for symbol for the sunrise and the sunset. So for this particular sunrise and sunset here, it's just the time that we have. So I want to have the one with symbol. So let me show us in our other data. So you can see now the new sunrise and sunset that I have is having symbol. So that's the same thing that I want to do. The same thing that I want to do here for it. I want to have the symbol. So I will call it a new sunrise and sunset. So now I'm going back to my going back to this place sunrise. So let me just copy the two together so that I will just copy that. Then so I'm going to put this, copy this, cut that so that because I'm going to use it. So now this is for my sunrise. That's new sunrise new. Then for my sunset also, now I've already copied that. So I'm just going to add it again. That's we are creating new column now, not that here. So suns. Okay, so that's sunrise. Still creating sunrise. So let me check for sunset. Okay. Okay. So let me just go and copy that in my. Let me copy sunrise, sunset. Yeah. So let me first put it here so that I won't forget when I'm doing this. So going back to my. Okay, that's our sunset. Then mark this. Yes, we've marked that. So now I want to have the weekday and the weekday sort. I want to have the weekday. Do we have the weekday here? No, we don't have the weekday. So I want to have the weekday. So again, let me go back to my mail. I'm just making this to be fast because I don't want the video to be too long. So weekday, that's the next mail. So we are, we are still calculating, or we are creating new column in our weather table. That's what we are doing. This is our weekday. Then to sort our weekday, so I did a format too to sort our weekday sort. Just dey copy and paste to make it fast, and I believe you understand this. So copy this weekday sort. So now I will just, now to sort our weekday now, what I will just do so that it will be in sort, click on this weekday, then go to sort by column, and then click on week. Where is it? Should be there now. Okay, should still see weekday, then weekday. So you sort by weekday, sort by weekday. Okay, so now it has, so the reason why I did that is because if we are planning to use that, so that it will be in a right format like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's the reason why I'm sorting that there. So now, so I'm trying to arrange this the way I copy it. I'm copying number. So now the next thing that we are going to be doing now is our current time. I want to create that for the current time. So now going back to my report view, then I'm going to be writing new method. Then for current time, we are just going to be writing current time now. So that's the next thing that I want to be. So current time. Okay, so let me just copy that. I want this video to be short. I don't want it to be too long. So I hope you are following up. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe. That's current time. That's current time. So now the next value that I'm going to be creating again is the feel like temperature. So I want to calculate, I want to create that, the feel like temperature. So I want to have the aggregates for that. So creating that. So this is the feel like temperature. So we have the degree there, so that if we have the degree or sign. Also humidity, I'm creating humidity. Going back, so new menu, you can see now that, so in the humidity table we don't have the sign before, and also in the temperature we don't have them. So I'm adding uh the symbol, not the sign, the symbol for each of these weather matrix. I'm adding there. So now we are creating mayor, don't forget. So now the next mayor is aggregate for this pressure. We are doing pressure now. So now create this, add this here. So again, put it here. Now the next one we are going to be creating. Okay, let me just copy this so that I will just copy and paste. They will not come back to this place. Is as the daily temperature. So I have the daily temperature. So let me quickly create the rest. Again, if you have any question, let me know in the comment section. I'm going to be answering you. If you're having any issue while doing all of this, put it in the comment section. So I'm going to answer you there. So the last measure that we are going to be creating is this wind speed. And we are done with all our measure. We are done with all our measure now. Now the next thing that we are going to be doing now is to start creating our DAX. Our no that we've created all our DAX, we've created all our measure that we use data analysis and expression to do that. Again, I've told you just put it, or you can click what's it called, click the video description. You will find the dashboard background, the mail that we created, all the mail we created, and the data sets there. So now I'm going to be bringing my dashboard background there now. So right click, go to the canvas background, change, bring my dashboard here, bring it here. Let me check. So this is my dashboard background. Then I'm going to be doing fit, put it. Yes, I have my dashboard background there. As it's so neat. So now the next thing that we should start creating our dashboard. Start. So the first chart we will create is this button slicer here. So let me show us in the dashboard that we created. This button slicer. So this is another new thing that you are going to learn. These are another new thing. So this is called a button slicer. So if you are not using the new Power BI update, make sure you update your Power BI. So I'm going to, and you will see a button slicer here. So that's what you are going to be making use of. So that's the first chart that I'm going to be making use of. So I'm just going to click on the button slicer. So you have to pay attention here. Click on the button slicer. Once you click on it, make sure you update your Power BI. Your Power BI is up to date so that you can be able to use it. So now the next thing now is to click it, then you add it. You add your location to the slicer. Location, you are going to add it to the slicer. That's the city. I'm going to add the city to the slicer. So now my location is at this is there now. So now I'm going to just set the slicer. So the first thing, I'm going to remove the title, then go to property. What else am I going to be removing here? Nothing. So let's go back here. So now the layout. So I'm going to be setting the layout now. The arrangement of the layout, it's going to be grid. Then the maximum row will be, or my row will be 5. So now, and the column will be, let's make it 6 because we are having, yes, 6. So now I'm just going to set it into this place because that's what I want to put there. So now the next thing that we need to do is, okay, for my shape, for the shape of my, is this style? Let's check the button shape. The button shape. So click on the button. The button shape will be rounded, rounded rectangle, and the corner will be, let's put it as 11. Yes, I want it that way. So now we have that way. So now the next thing that we are going to be doing now is, I'm just going to put, the next thing that I want to do now is very, very important. So there is something that we call labeling in the callout value. So now you go to your labeling now. That's the next thing that we're going to be. Go to the callout value. Click on the callout value. So now you go to your labeling. and put it on. So once you put on your labeling, so now we are going to be adding data here to show for the labeling. And which data do you want to add? My temperature. That's what I want to add. I'm just going to add it. You can see now that it's showing. So now let's start. So I put it in the middle to make it show. So now I need to format the volume, the value. So I use this. You can decide to do your own formatting. Use your own custom format. And then the color, I think I do this. The color for my value is I use a custom column. So I'm going to be writing it. So FOE199. That's the color that I use. That's the color that I use. Okay, it's not changing. FOE199. That's the color. Why is it not changing? So let me go and copy it on that. So I can easily copy this. I can easily copy that format, formats, all out. Since this does not want to copy, I don't know why it's not copying. Oh, I don't know. I think I know the issue. So now we have this here. We have this here. So now the next thing that I want to do now is what is my labeling. Let me check for labeling also. Let me check the color here for labeling. Value labeling. Okay, labeling is this color. So going back to this list, the labeling. Then I use the same thing. So you can decide, like I said, you can decide to use your own custom format. So now the next thing is I want to work on the button. I don't want it to be fee. I don't want the button to be fee. I'm going to be removing. Yeah, I've removed that. Why is this still strange? Okay, this is. Then our accent band, the bar at the top, put it on, not bottom, top, put it on. Then increase the width of your accent bar to 3. Then the color of the accent bar, let's do it this way. G9 3300. Is that it? Let me check. So our accent bar color. So copy that. I'm just going to, I think I use the same color. Oh, not the same color. It's not the same color for this. Okay, so we have our accent back color. So now the next thing is I need to remove the background there. Yeah, background is removed. That is removed. Okay. There's something that we need to do again. This particular. Our shape. We need to work on the shape. 11. It's the same thing that I use. It's the same thing that I use. Okay. So okay. So now let's go back. and work on this. So I'm just going to work on that. The call out value again, our labeling. I think I didn't get the right. Use this. Do this. Not this. The color that I use. Something this or this. Good. So this is what I. So now we have this here. We have this now. Good. So we have our first chart. We have our first chart now. So now the next thing that I'm just going to do is the daily temperature. Then I'm just going to do copy and paste for this chart because we are going to be using the same chart for this. So what we just change is the way it is arranged. That's what we change. The way it is arranged. Oh, where did I keep it? Okay, paste. So now the daily temperature. So I'm just going to be changing this to changing the city and changing it to weekdays. Weekdays. That's what I will do. So you can see that I've already sorted this. So now go back to my layout. Go back to my layout. So now I'm just going to be changing it to row. I'm just changing it to 1, 2, then change this to 1. So, okay, my row is not going to be 1 this time around, right? It's going to be 6. So, drag this here. Is it 7? Okay, it's 7. Drag this here. So again, you can, like I said, you can decide to do your own format the way you want to do it. And decide to do it. So this is my layout. My button, I need to do something with this my button shape. I don't like the way it is. I said it should be 11. So I was thinking even this should be 11. 11. Good. So we have our second chart here now. So you know what you did there. What you just do is change this, set it to weekdays. So now the next chart that I'm going to be doing is the 7 days forecast table. That's the next chart I want to be doing now. That's what I want to do. Next chart I want to do is 7 days forecast table. So let's quickly do that. So we're going to be using a table for that. So I'm going to be bringing this here, put this here, put this here. So now what I will do is now what I'm going to be putting is the day of the week, the minimum and maximum temperature. So we're going to be making use of the we're going to be making use of the okay. Hold on, let's check. I want to check my 7 days forecasts. We're going to make use of the 7 days. the 7 days or data table. That's what we are going to be using. Yeah, the 7 days table, the date. That's what we are going to be using for that. So now, okay, so I think I extracted the day from, I started the day of the week, T3 or not. So let's go back. Okay, so I'm going to come here, remove month, quarter, year. Okay, day of the week. Maybe we use this day of the week. Mm, mm, mm. Let me check this day of the week for this day. Then let's check our our new 7 day forecast. It's there now, day of the week. Why is it showing this? It shouldn't be showing this day of the week. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. Mm, Let me try and see if I can use this. So I want to check something. Let me quickly check something here. So we have the day. So let me just copy. But I have the same thing. I have the same mail. I created the same mail with it. So we should have the same thing. So I'm surprised why we are having, okay, day of the week. I've seen it. I've seen it. So no issue. So now we have the day of the week. Then we have the minimum or the weather condition. Then we have the temperature maximum and minimum. So now let's format our table. Let's format our table. So I'm going to be removing this and add maximum temperature. That's temp. Then this will be minimum minimum temperature. So now we have this now. So now we need to format our table now. So the first thing now is to remove the background. I don't want to see the background. Then this total, I want to remove the total. I don't need the total. I don't need the total. So now the next thing is the style of my background will be let's use, I use border, header and flashy row. So my grid, put it on black, then vertical grid too, also black. So now let's format the value. Let's format the value. The value will be okay. You can format yours. I'm going to be using Georgia. So now my value for text column, the text color will be white. Then all my text color, even the alternate white, to be white. Then the background color, background color will be okay. Background color, let me see, I think I put something same thing, this Let me go and copy it from the other one. To be sure, I want to have the same. I want you to see. Okay, I got it. That's the background color. I got it. So we have this now. Now the column header will be, let's deal with the column header first and bring it here. Column header, okay. Increase the column header. Then I'm going to be using the same Georgia. Uh, background black, then text color, background black, text color. I have a color for that. FOE199. It's not giving me. So it's still this. Is this. I use this. So you can. So for each of my column, so I'm just going to specify what I want. To the value, I just want to put them in the middle, then the minimum temperature, the maximum, just put it in the middle. So I think we are cool with this. Okay, so now this is cool. So now we are cool with we are done with our, or what's it called, we are done with our forecast table. So now the next chart I'm going to be doing is the temperature data. That's the weather matrix. The weather matrix, this particular one, this is what I want to do now. So now what are we going to do? So now I'm just going to be using card for that. Card. I'm going to be using this card for that. So I'm just going to bring it here, bring them here. So now we're going to be adding our humidity, our pressure, then UV index, wind speed, and UV index. So I'm going to be adding pressure here. Then we are going to format them. Let's format our card. Let's format our card. So now, first thing first, okay, okay. So let's format our card. The layout, so layout will be, row will be, we are using card. This shape. Okay, let's go to card. Which card did I use? I use new card now. Okay, put it down. Let me check what I use here. Mm, Layout. Okay, grid. We're using grid. Then row will be 1. Then maximum column will be 4. Good. So then come to value. come to value. uh Value, let's use 12. Then I use this this for my value. Then the color for my value, I think I just leave it that way. Let me check. Okay, I use this for my value. No, that's for my labeling. What did I use for value? Okay, I use white for my value. So I'm still going to, then for my labeling, I use Georgia. Then I use this color, 11. So for cards, I need to remove the background. I don't need the background. I thought I removed this background the other time. Remove the background here too. I don't need the background. So for card corner shape, rounded corner. So this is rounded corner. Okay, let's set the corner to 18. Set the corner to 18. Okay, so I don't think I used one. Did you use rounded corner? Yes, now. Okay, for outside, I use this here. Then for my card corner, not card corner, the visual corner, I use a rounded corner. So 18, 18. So that's what I use. So I remember now. Was it this that I use? Visual corner. Wait. Hmm. I use this visual. Is it visual corner? Border. Yes. No, not this. Okay. Let me do it first there. White. So let's check. Then just make sure that everything is aligned. That's just it. Just make sure that everything is aligned. So bringing this back here. So we have this here now. Good. So our next chart will be okay. Our next chart will be the sunrise and the sunset. The sunrise and the sunset, same as that card name. So I'm just going to be bringing, copy this, paste. Then I'm going to remove this. I'm removing everything else. So now I'm going to be using the sunrise new, then sunset new, sunset new. So just format them. Mm, remove this visual here. Format, layout, layout. So okay, maximum. This one will be 2. This one to reduce it, the column will be 2. Is it 2? Row will be 1. Row should be 1. Zero that will be 1. Shit. Row will be 2. So again, I'm just going to rename them sunsets. Oh, sunrise. The first one will be sunrise. Sunrise. This one will be sunsets. So now we can now let's first rename our, no, not rename, let's format it. Let's format it. I'm not going to be using the same format. So I'm not going to be using the same format. So the value will be this, then increase it to 14. You can decide to increase it more as a value. Then labeling 2. Labeling, can increase it. Again, can decide to use your own custom format like I've said. Okay, so now I'm adding accent bar to this. Remove this. I will just write accent bar. So bring this down to format our accent bar. Accent bar will be white to the top. Then I can decide to increase the, so then this my shape, I want to make it a rounded shape so that my accent bar, good, I love it. Okay, so now we are done with this. So we are done with this now. So now I decide to still move it. So now the next thing that I need to do now is to copy and paste the card to put my temperature. Okay, so I don't need the filter color. Okay, hope this is not, let me try and enlarge this so that we can see it very well. So now I will just copy this, copy, paste. I'm removing this. Then I'm going to be putting my total temperature for each day. So go back to the card, the layout, remove the value, remove the label. Then I'm going to increase this to, let's say about 41, 40 or 41 thereabouts. Remove the accent bar for the card. Good. So we have that today. So we have this. So now again, my current time, I'm going to be using same card, copy, copy paste for my current time. So just to know the current time that we are checking in. We did current time. We did it. Yeah. So put it here. So I'm going to be reducing this to 14. Then use this for my current time. Bring it here. So now the next one that I'm going to be doing is the city card, then they feel like temperature. So again, copy this, paste city. So I'm just going to be putting it here. So if I click on any city now, it's going to change. City card. Then feel like temperature. So I'm going to be using this. Did that feel like temperature? I think I used 210 here. Okay. Is it card that we use here? Let's check. Okay, still card. Hmm. So again, I'm going to format twice, paste twice because of what I want to use it for. So now this one will be feel like temperature. You see what I'm going to be doing here. Then this one, I will just put on the labeling. Feel like, okay. Again, let's go and I put it in the middle. But let me on it, I put it in the middle. Okay. Then I'll change this to white. Reduce it a bit. Below. So now this will be now feel like temperature value. Do you get now? This will be feel like temperature value. This is the value for feel like temperature. Good. So we have this created now. We have all of this. So now the last chart that we are going to be creating is our line chart. That's the daily precipitation. That's what we are going to be creating. So I use a line chart for that. So I'm going to be doing this. So now my weekday is going to be in the x-axis. Then my chance of rain is going to be in the y-axis. So what do we need to do? Remove the title. I don't need the title. Then remove the background. So now the next thing that we are going to be doing is to format our x and y axis. My x axis, I'm going to format it now. So white, increase it. So my y axis, I don't need it. I'm going to be removing everything. So now my line will be smooth. Bring it down. Okay, it's going to be smooth. Then I will increase the line. That's too much. I think 5 is better. So the color will be this. So that's the color. So now the next thing is I want to add marker. I want to add it. Add the marker. Then I'll change the color of the marker. Change the color to white. Then I will increase it. I want to make it bold. My data label. Add my data label. Then let's make it visible. So see again. So that data label, I'm still going to change something there. No, this is not a correct. This data label, come right here, change it to average. Yes. So for two steve, I want to add, what's it called? For this, for the two steves, I want to add feel like temperature there. So that when we have it, so now let me these two steve, let me change the background to black. Then the text label to this. So let's check. Yes. So this will be chance of temperature. Not, I don't want to have average. Seeing it as average. So now if I click on this now, you will see. So it's still working on it. See, chance of temperature feel like supposed to give us the value. Supposed to give us the value. Why is it not showing us the value? Let me check it. So it's showing the other time. Okay. Or is the value not on? The value is on now. Value color is this. Let's check. Good. So now we have our chance of temperature and the value for color for each day. So if I click on any of this now, you will see now it's giving us, you can see now it's responding, everything is changing. You can see it's responding. You can see for each of the city, you can see that the dashboard is interacting with the city button slicer that we created for each day. You can see that you can get the daily forecast for each day for each of the city. And now you have just fully created a functional weather dashboard, forecast dashboard in Power BI. So if you found this video tutorial useful, kindly click the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Like, share, make sure you comment. If you have any issue while creating this, comment, put it in the comment section. I will be ready to help you out. I'll be ready to answer all your questions. Bye.